When presenting data in a table, it's common to apply a different background color to alternate rows. Unless you use JavaScript or a server-side language such as PHP, this involves adding a class to each row, and you need to reassign the classes if you add an extra row later on. To solve this and other problems related to styling elements according to their position in a series, CSS3 introduces these 4 new pseudo-classes. Nth child looks for a child element within a parent in a particular position in the series. Nth last child counts from the end of the parent element. Nth of type looks for a particular type of element within the parent, so you might be looking just for paragraphs or just for list items or table rows. And nth last of type counts from the end. To calculate the position used by any of these pseudo-classes, you can use a number within the parentheses. So in this example, this would look for the third list item within its parent, which would either be an unordered list or an ordered list. You can also use the keywords odd and even. So in this case, tr nth child odd would style every odd row within a table. And also you can use the formula an plus b. For example, this one uses 4n plus 1. The a and b must be numbers. N is the literal character. And to explain how this works, let's just take a look at a few examples. N starts from 0, so what you do is you multiply the first number by 0, 1 and 2. And then add whatever the second number is. So in this case, it's 4 by 0 is 0 plus 1 equals 1. So that hits the first child. 4 by 1 is 4 plus 1 equals 5. So that gets the fifth child. 4 by 2 plus 1 equals 9. So the ninth child. So what this rule does is it targets the first, fifth, ninth, and so on, right throughout the series. Similarly, this rule would target the 2nd, 6th and 10th and continue through that series. It takes a little while for this formula to sink in, this an plus b formula, but when you see it in action, I think you'll agree that it's actually quite useful. In this data table, I'm using 4 background colours for the table rows. So this colour is used by the 1st, 5th and 9th table rows. This is used by the 2nd, 6th and 10th table rows, and so on. So let's see how I created those styles. Here's the unstyled or semi-styled page. First, take a look at the underlying markup. In the first row, each of the tags is a th tag, a table header tag, and in each subsequent row, the first cell also uses a table header tag. So January, February, they're both in table header tags. The others are in table cells, TD tags. Right, let's switch on live view and see what the problems are. I need to center the text in the top row. I also need to narrow this first column here of th tags. So what I'm going to do is to go into the style rules and tr nth child 1 th. That selector will select the first row because the first row, it's nth child 1, which means it's the first child of the table. And I'm looking at the table headers, the th tags within that row. So I'll give it the style rules text align center, vertical align top, and font variant small caps. If we refresh live view, you can see that they're now centered and we're using small caps. So the next thing to do is to deal with this column here. And they're using th tags, and they're the first th tags in each row. So I'll use th nth hyphen of hyphen type 1 and width 8%. Refresh live view, and I've nicely resized that column without the need to put in any classes whatsoever, except of course the pseudo classes in my style sheet. And to style the rows, to save a little bit of time, I've copied the styles onto my clipboard. I'll just paste them in here. So it's tr nth child 4n plus 1, so that will do the first, fifth and ninth rows. Then 4n plus 2, 4n plus 3, 4n plus 4. So 4 different colours which will alternate throughout the table. And there it is. It's as simple as that. All the problems of reassigning classes because you add a new row to a table should be a thing of the past. But I can hear cynics saying, oh, it's no good, it won't work in Internet Explorer 6 or in older browsers. Well, that's true, but let's have a look at what it does look like in Internet Explorer 6. The table is there, all the information is there. It doesn't look as pretty, but it's accessible. Obviously, the decision whether to leave a table unstyled like this in an older browser is a question of what your priorities are. If you have a large number of people who are still using old browsers, then this might be unacceptable. But using the new pseudo classes is a very good solution for people who are using modern browsers.